Hey, welcome into March Chadness. We are talking brackets on a primetime Friday edition.
Right.
We are your host. He likes pina coladas. I like getting caught in the rain. He is Nate. I am Chad, and together we are the Rank Brothers. Nate, what is up?
I'm just living the dream.
Yeah,
Watching these
exactly.
Cubbies roll.
The Cubbies are rolling. It's a Friday. We got the weekend. Usually we come in on a Sunday afternoon after the weekend is done, and we got to go back to work and school. But now we got the weekend ahead of us. So let's talk some Cubs first. First of all, thanks for joining in. All the FanStream Sports locations. We are out of Ohio. And then if you're watching on Facebook, YouTube, wherever, we appreciate it. Comment, like the video. The likes and the comments help the algorithm and the robot overlord. So we would appreciate that.
We need to appease them.
We need to appease them. And, subscribe to the channel if you have not already to get notifications on this show and all the other great sports shows on the FanStream Sports Network. So let's talk Cubbies because, holy cow, they have been on a roll. And the best part is, Nate, you live in Cincinnati. I grew up there. We grew up there. We have a lot of Reds fans. And anytime the Cubs not only can beat the Reds, but can sweep them. And in the way that we did it, the fashion, it is glorious. So how are people treating you down there in the Natty?
Every day at work, I've been flipped off by 3 people. And my one buddy, Tony, was like, I am sick of hearing that song.
Go Cubs, go, baby. Gotta love it. Yeah, they've been on a roll. They had that. They won. What did they win? I think they won. Did they win 9 or 10 straight?
We've won 9. We won 10 straight, and then
lost 3. We lost
3.
And
then we've won 9 in a row.
Yeah,
and we've won
unreal.
15 straight at home in Wrigley.
Yeah, it's great. The pitching, I tell you, I saw someone said that the rest of the pitching staff should just be put in frozen carbonite until they have to pitch because Matthew Boyd goes on the shelf as well. So we have our three of our 4 top pitchers because I guess Imanaga, the way he's been pitching, I would put him in there with Steele is out starting the year. Horton goes out, done for the year. And then Boyd is out as well. I can't remember. Is he done for the year? Or is he out just... Not sure.
I'm not sure the time frame. But speaking of winning at Wrigley, my new puppy Wrigley that gave me this little scar on my nose.
I saw the scratch on there. I didn't want to point it out, but it's
does these sneak attacks sometimes, where it's just like gotcha. And you're like,
I gotcha.
So
I see.
Puppy with razor teeth. So
Yeah. So hopefully we'll get some views in on the night schedule. Not our normal folks, maybe. Not tuning in. So, Cubs are doing great. So let's hit the playoffs.
Playoffs.
NHL. Let's hit NHL first because I think we'll have more to say of some things on the NBA. Hurricanes looking great. They're up.
Really good.
Yeah, they're up 3-0. Won last night. They had a power play goal and a shorthanded goal. They have not lost in the playoffs. Frederik Andersen has been unbelievable between the pipes. So far in this series, he's given up 1, 2, and 0 goals. For the playoffs, he's got a .957 save percentage, and he is giving up 1.02 goals in the 2026 playoffs, which that's going to be hard to beat, Nate.
If I know anything about the NHL playoffs, the hot goalie is usually the team that wins it all.
Yeah, and if you're fans of the show, Nate and I approved by both picking Michigan that we do know ball. We weren't sure about knowing puck, even though our last names are Rink and we should know more about it. We don't really follow it as much. So you already lost did you lose your Stanley Cup champion with Edmonton, or did you have?
I did. I
Montreal.
Had
Okay.
Connor McDavid,
Yeah.
Knowing he wasn't at full health. I don't know.
Exactly. And then with the Hurricanes too, like if Anderson stays hot, they've got 3 really good lines. They look so good. and then they will play, I believe, tomorrow. And speaking of another team, they're playing Saturday. They played Tuesday. They're up 2-0, and then they don't play till Saturday, which is such a long time to be off. The Colorado Avalanche, they have not lost in the playoffs either. Wedgwood has been good in goal as well. But the Avalanche are going to go, like, they can just flat out score. That game the other night when it was like 9-6 or 9-5, whatever, was unbelievable. Too many goals. They've scored 5, 9, and 5 in the last. They probably have the best offense in the playoffs. So those are my two picks. So far, it seems like I do know puck, which I probably knew a little bit more going in because I started betting NHL right before the Olympic break. And I did well. So check out Chadlocks, my betting show. I try to do that daily, but I kind of knew a little bit more about it. So I kind of knew some of these teams going in. So I had a little unfair advantage there. But I think the Avalanche, I think both those teams make quick work of their second round matchup. 2 games tonight, a game 3 and a game 2. You've got Vegas at Anaheim. That series is tied 1-1. That series is weird. That series is going to come down to the goalkeepers. I think Hart's going to be in goal tonight. He was likely on the site, and then Dostal has not been good this series, or even like he's just an all right goal. He's nothing great about it. Hart has been good in the playoffs. They're both so unlikely. And then the other series, which Buffalo's up 1-0 against the Canadiens. Dobbs is in goal for Montreal, Line in goal for Buffalo. Line has been great as well in the playoffs. He's given up less than 2 goals a game. So Buffalo, I think, does have the advantage in goal. Montreal has a very good front line. Buffalo too. Like I just think if Montreal can get any kind of goal play, they will be in the series. If not, I think it could be like a 4-1, 4-2. That Vegas Anaheim series, though, that could go 7. I enjoy watching it. It's usually on HBO Max or Prime. So that's where we're standing at the NHL playoffs right now.
Give me the 2 away teams tonight. That's just my prediction.
All right, there you go.
I may not know puck about puck. So.
Vegas and Montreal. That's what Nate does. I probably would go Vegas, and I'm taking Vegas on the road, and then Buffalo at home. So that's my guess. Just look for Jack Eichel goal. That's my thing. You know what? Jack Eichel 2 goals. That's my bet for the day. This Jack Eichel 2 goals. Why not?
Why not?
Now it'll be someone like Stone or something. I don't know. All right, that's the NHL talk here. Let's talk the NBA. The NBA. Again, I try to watch some of it. We'll talk about why I can't watch NBA anymore. Going over it. Let's first talk Knicks Sixers. The Sixers get in after a crazy comeback down 3-1 to the Celtics. But the Knicks just look too good. They can just score. I heard that it was the final game of the opening round series and the first game of this series. If you would have taken away the Knicks points in the fourth quarter, they still would have won both games.
Right. I do think the Sixers pull one out tonight, though. Embiid should be back. They're at home. I think they're going to get one out of these next 2 games. I think it'll be tonight. The Knicks do look like the better team, but I mean, the Sixers had them on the ropes without Embiid. That last game, they just couldn't pull through. So I think the Knicks win the series, but I think the Sixers win tonight, if not the next game. They win one of these 2 in Philadelphia.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see them doing it because, like, the Knicks are weird because Brunson can get hot, but then Brunson, if he's off and Cat's not really doing much, like the Sixers can do much. They just aren't very deep. So if they're not getting PG-13, Edgecombe, especially those 2, because Maxey and Embiid are going to get theirs. If those 2 guys aren't scoring like 18 to 20, it's going to be tough for the Sixers. So the other game tonight, Spurs, Timberwolves tied 1-1. The T-Wolves stole a game. The the first game, and then the Spurs just dominated them in game 2. So I ultimately think the Spurs take this series, especially if Anthony Edwards is only able to play 24, 28 minutes a game. They need him to be playing more 38.
He's not going to get his full minutes. And Wemby, especially the last game, the guy is finally starting to bang down low and initiating contact and getting aggressive. So that's encouraging. Yeah, I think the Spurs end up pulling this one out.
Yeah, and that's the thing too, like, because Wemby can drain it from outside, but if he just realizes, oh, I'm much taller than everybody else, and just starts playing the post game, which has not been part of the NBA in a long time, he's gonna be crazy. He's just scary good. Like, he's so young right now. This is like his 3rd year, and the 1 year he was injured most of the year. So
he's just gonna put on more weight and not be as lanky. And yeah, if he's already trying to get down there and initiate contact, if he can get there down low and the outside game, yeah, he's a unicorn, man. He's something else.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. And I know there was talk because he had the 12 blocks the last game, but they're saying a lot of them were, and I've seen a couple, they should have been goaltends. A couple, they should have caught a foul on it. But that guy could end up winning like 10 straight defensive player of the year awards as well. He's so good on defensive end and getting steals, and he's only 22 years old. So,
and I've noticed the last couple of games, the guy might be the best in the NBA at following his own shot. You know, not necessarily the threes, but the underneath. I've seen a bunch of misses where he's the first guy to put it back in. Which, kids, follow your shot. All right.
It's simple. I think
you know better than anybody else where that ball is going.
And that's it. If you shoot it, you know where it's going to go off, or you kind of know, hey, it might go in, but still follow it. I know it looks cool if you shoot it and you're just backing up with your hand up, but let's not, like, listen, be smart, be a team player.
You know what looks cooler? Winning.
Winning does look cooler. So, also you can pad your stats. If you miss, you know where it's going, you get a rebound. So
you win twice, brother.
You went twice. Games last night, Detroit, Cleveland. Detroit up 2-0. Cleveland really doesn't look good. That kind of surprises me. Not that Detroit's not good. Like, Cade Cunningham is the real deal. He is so good. And the rest of that team, they just play so well as a team. They've got, like, Duran and Stewart can bang down low, keep everybody off the glass. I like that team. I just thought Cleveland, they still could. They're down 2-0. They're going to Cleveland. So this game, I can see this series being a decent series, but if Detroit wins 4-1, it also wouldn't surprise me the way they're playing.
Cade Cunningham, what they said, his first 15 games, playoff games, he's had 25 or more points. And so above him, I think, was LeBron, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and I forget who was right above him with 16. LeBron had 19, and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, his first, like, 24 or 26 games. So Cade Cunningham is getting himself in some pretty good company. And James Harden just looks lost.
It's
fifth game in the playoffs. He's had more turnovers than made field goals. That is not a stat you want.
Yeah. No, it's classic. It's classic James Harden in the playoffs. He has never been good in the playoffs. I don't know if it has anything to do. I had my buddy from work, Harrison, text me like, Harden playoffs, and I'm like, yeah. And it's like, I don't know if there's not enough strip clubs for him or too many strip clubs where I don't know. Plus, he's old now too. So he just does. He's not the same. He does not look old. James Harden is not close to old LeBron James. I can say that That's now. Correct. So, and then speaking of LeBron, OKC goes up 2-0 against the Lakers. This last game, it got out of hand in the third. Like, I believe the Lakers were up 4 or 5, or maybe 1. I think they're up 1 going into halftime, and then OKC outscored them by 14 in the third. And that was the game. I know there's been, and listen, you and I, if you listen to the show, we are not big OKC fans. The whole, you called Shea Floposaurus. They get called, like, I understand. Yes, and I put something on my Facebook, like he's kind of overrated. Like, it's ridiculous. What are we doing? And I saw Reddick was talking about it, how they get calls, and then like he was saying LeBron gets officiated. I'm like, okay, first of all, you can't be complaining about guys flopping when you have LeBron on your team. Second, let me point out this. And again, I'm not like, I don't think foul shots should all just be equal because each game is different depending on what's going on. If people are driving the hole, it's all different. And depending to late fouls, that kind of stuff. They were talking about the officiating with fouling and stuff. If you look at the first two games, it was 13-12. Lakers had more foul shot attempts by 1. And then in the second game, it was 26-21 on foul shot attempts. So it hasn't been lopsided. I thought that first game they officiated Shea like he should be officiated. And that was it. If you saw the highlights and stuff, like someone put together like 5 different trips down where he's like it's ridiculous. I can't remember. Someone said something about his type of play, and it wasn't. I can't remember the term he used, but it was accurate. Like this is not how you play basketball. If you go to a open gym at a Y or down, like just playing outside, and you do that, dude, you're not like, no one's going to put you on a team. You're not playing.
No,
but we're this guy's doing it in the NBA, and we think this is like, oh, he's so great. And I understand. I pump faked all the time. I pump faked when he got up. I went up and under, but it's the flopping and not even trying to make an attempt to score, I think is ridiculous, and it's phony. And I wish I could remember that word because it was phenomenal. It's just like it is. It's again, I'm not saying Shea's not a good player. Shea's a good player. You can't.
He is.
He's good. However, and this is, I think, also, and this is for another day because we have very important bracket today. Like I think that's kind of what, in my mind at least, taints LeBron a little bit. Like being like, my GOAT is not that. My GOAT is not like not getting hit in the face and then flopping back, or barely getting hit on the wrist and then staying down on the ground forever. Did you see, what was it? It was last year, a couple years ago, they showed when he like got fouled. It was a normal foul, it wasn't crazy. And he was on the ground, and he was on the ground longer than like, was it like the hockey player? Something like a hockey player. Someone got beamed in the face. It was something crazy. I can't remember what it was. And the guy got up that was like way worse than LeBron. So do you want to talk about some of the Chet Holmgren comments, or do you want to save that for later on?
Well, we can bang out 2 things real quick if you want to do the airing of grievances on what Chet Holmgren said.
All right, we can do that. We don't have a soundbite yet because I don't know what we can use a soundbite. It's how long. I don't want to get in trouble.
Right.
But if I had, we want to do something here, and not all the time, but like an airing of grievance segment. We are both huge Seinfeld fans, and if I had to drop, I would have put the Frank Costanza. I've got a lot of problem with you people. Now you're going to hear about it. So talk about like what Chet said, and most of you know about this. What Chet said about like Shaq and the centers of old.
Yeah, he suggested today's big men are more versatile and skilled, which is true. Yes, they definitely are. And he goes on to say, legends like Shaq might struggle in the modern era, saying players such as himself and Victor Wembanyama could potentially cook him in today's style of play. So here's my airing of grievances. Chet, you're a putz. All right. First of all, the fact that you're putting
Chet, you ignorant putz.
Yeah, you're putting yourself in the same boat as Wembanyama is crazy. All right. CYT, stay in your lane. All right. Wemby is this freak of nature that we have never seen. He's this unique specimen. It's like I said, he is a unicorn, and you are not him. And the fact that Wemby is going to start putting on more weight, and like I said, he is starting to bang down low. And Shaq, I think, has had turds that weigh more than Chet Holmgren. All right. Like, yes, you are he doesn't look like he should be good at basketball, and he is very good at basketball. He's got a great shot, but he could not bang down low with any of those guys back in the day. He would be bouncing off dudes. All right. So I don't mind the statement so much if he was just talking about Wemby. I'd be like, yeah, he would be a problem in any era. All right. But Chet Holmgren, you are not Victor Wembanyama. So it's like, look, I can play guitar and sing at the same time. And Kenny
Right.
Wayne Shepherd is my age, but I'm not going to be like, guys like me and Kenny Wayne Shepherd would be a problem for Jimi Hendrix and Stevie Ray Vaughan.
Exactly.
All right? I am not Kenny Wayne Shepherd. Okay.
No, and again, Chet's fine. And again, I understand. Yeah, like Shaq would have a problem guarding either of those guys on the perimeter. And like I said,
somebody else out there.
Some of the bigs would have problems in this day and age because you could go small ball on the offensive end, and Shaq, David Robinson, Hakeem even would have trouble guarding some of these guys on the perimeter. However, on the flip side, there is no way Chet or Wemby is going to stop Shaq in the post. Like, there's no way. Like, go back and watch, like, prime young Shaq, especially with the Magic early late. Like, dude, no, like, they're not. He probably outweighs them by almost 200 pounds. Like, Shaq was a beast. Yeah. So, and I saw somebody on here. It was a tweet somewhere from Hoops, at Hoops. To be honest, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and Chet Holmgren could cook Kobe Bryant and Shaquille O'Neal. Like that guy, you talk about banning. Like, I'm not for banning people. I'm not for banning people on social media, but that's stupid. Like, there's no, like, no. Kobe and Shaq are the two better players of this. Like, if you were going to make a trade and you were going to try to trade, like, hey, I'll give you Chet and Shai for Shaq and Kobe, like, no league would make you do it. Because here's the thing, Kobe's the best defensive player of the four. He could lock Shai down, no problem. No one's stopping Kobe from doing anything. So, yeah, Chet could be on the outside and whatever, but, like, just hope he makes shots. It's ridiculous.
I don't even know if Chet is the best Chet. I mean, Chet from Weird Science could have balled out. We don't know. He's just blocking shots like, you stupid buttwad.
He is. Yeah, Chet has been better than I thought. I thought Chet was going to really actually just break in half when he came in. So he's been a lot better, but he's not great. He's built like he's not Wembanyama.
Keep Wemby's name out your mouth.
I know. It's crazy. And again, Shai is good, but I heard somebody talking, it was someone like a Nick Wright or somebody like that type of something, where it was, if Shai wins back-to-back MVPs, back-to-back NBA championships, then we may have to have a talk with him being top 5 all time. And I'm like, what are we doing? What are we doing? Because last year, if Halliburton doesn't tear his Achilles, the way the Pacers are playing, he was playing, they may win. I don't know what happened. You can never extrapolate that if he was there. Second, no, Shai's not even a top 5 player in the NBA right now, even if he wins it. Like, he's not.
No.
I don't think, again, I'm not a LeBron guy.
If you are in a fantasy basketball draft, you are not taking him over.
If you're drafting, like, if everybody was open, if you're drafting NBA players today and you're like the GMs, I don't think Shai goes top 5. He probably barely gets in the top 10, because the top 5 right now are going to be Wemby, Joker, Luka will probably be the top 3 because they are the best. They're young. Okay. And then there's 2 other people, however you want to go, that you can do. Like, Ant could be up there. Like, I don't have it on, but like, he's not even top 5 now. And just because he wins 2 MVPs and like back-to-back titles, like, okay. Like, I just don't see it. Like, I don't see it. Again, it was you can't, like, that's not the way you play is not good. And that's the other thing. I can't watch NBA. I'll start watching. I'm like, I cannot watch this because you know what? Like, they want to say that they're more athletic now, and us unks, old heads, oh, they're more athletic. Like, maybe, like, we had some guys you may have heard of called Dr. J, Dominique Wilkins, Michael Jordan, Vince Carter, that were kind of athletic. Number 2, you know what's not good basketball and not really athletic? 19 dribbles to a step back 3. That's not number 1. That's not super athletic. You know how I know it's not athletic? I could do that. Now, am I going to make the shot? No, but me not making a 3-pointer, I could have played on the Sixers in the first round. So that's number 1. Number two, I miss like actual moving basketball, and I blame AAU for one, because anytime I can blame AAU, I will. And then two, the Warriors did it so well because they had the personnel. Steve Kerr knew what he's doing, and they had two of the best 3-point shooters of all time. But they weren't just jacking up threes though. They were moving the ball, kicking around in and out. That's how you do ball movement and cutting and moving without the basketball. This basketball I cannot stand. Like it's just let's high screen and roll to get the matchup we want. A guy just dribbles till about 8 seconds left, and then he tries to drive the basket. And if he doesn't get there, we'll flop. It's not fun basketball.
And they call the fouls completely differently now than they did, which is a nice segue into a new segment I want to put in.
Okay.
If you don't mind, this will not be a weekly segment, but it will come out when it's needed.
When needed.
I'm calling it Durr. So after last night's game, the Lakers are crying like a 5-year-old with a scraped up knee about how they're fouling hard and they're not calling all the fouls and they're just letting us play. And all I hear when that is being said is, we can't possibly win if the refs are calling the games like they did in the 80s and 90s. And to that, I simply say, Durr. That's what we have been saying. Yes, the athletes now may be more athletic. They may be faster, stronger. But you know what else they are? They are soft. They are softer. And so thank you, Lakers, for proving this point that the newer generation is SAWFT soft. I don't know if you saw Austin Reeves after the game.
Dude, I saw that.
About the ref yelling at him.
Well, I didn't know. I didn't see. What I saw at the end of the game was like the entire Lakers team was like surrounding the refs. If I'm a ref, I'm like, get on me. I'm done. We're done with this game. Go to the locker room. What do they try? It's the whole LeBron trying to be like, I'm LeBron. What did Reeves say?
I thought Austin Reeves was going to cry in the postgame. He's like, the ref started yelling at me, and I didn't yell at him first. He just started yelling at me, and he was yelling at me. And it's like, you're a grown-ass man, dude. Yep. All right? Act like it. He's like, the ref is yelling at me, and he's being a meanie butt, and I'm not giving him no reason to be meanie butt to me. It's like, you're getting
I saw the one play where he and Shea kind of got tangled up, and Shea, I don't know if Shea, like, it was a weird, they never did a close up. Like they were kind of like Reeves was on Shea. Like, dude, Reeves was basically looked like he was dry humping like Shea. So like he was all on him. And then Shea went and they kind of did his arm, and then Reeves fell. And all I keep hearing is like, Shea could have broke Reeves's arm. And like, I don't think it was like that. It didn't look like that, number one. But two, like Reeves was like hanging on him, leaning on him, like not letting him go. So
during some of the tip-offs, like the refs were trying to reposition guys because that kind of stuff was going on. And so he just started yelling at some of the guys, like, he's the ref. You got to do what he says. I'm sorry if he yelled at you.
Right. He yelled at him. It's one of the things that the refs are to blame too, because the refs allow the NBA of all the leagues is the most player driven of the leagues, and they get either the superstars or whatever. And plus you got like a pansy of commissioner in Adam Silver, which is part of why I grew the beard, because when I had the beard, I had my glasses. I just looked like a fat Adam Silver without my beard. And I'm like, I can't have this. And it's so funny because watching the NBA playoffs and then watching as much hockey as they do, like, shout out to the NHL referees. Those guys are the goats, man. They just do their business. You don't see a whole lot of, the only thing that they go back and look at is, okay, if is for the penalty for high sticking, what are they going to do, or a goal, something like that, or if it's offside. There's not like all these challenges. You don't see the players really getting on the refs like you do in the other three sports. And those guys are like, you kind of forget they're on the ice, where all the other refs need to make it about them and the officiating. And I love when the puck goes around and they just kind of hop up over it. It's amazing. I love it. And they are the most athletic of all the officials in all the major sports. So I love it. All right. So we're talking about that. I know we always talk about how we hate the NBA, and it just makes me sad because I grew up loving the NBA. Basketball was my sport. Like, I just love it. And I hate that it's turned into what it has turned into. But what will help? You know what will help though? Expansion.
Yeah, dude, add more teams. Let's go.
Just add more crappy players in the league. All right. We're going to go to our bracket. Today's bracket, worst places to poop. I am excited. Nate, I'm excited about this bracket. This is going to be a fun bracket. I love it. So, hey, if you're here, comment in the comments where is the worst place you have pooped? If I'll put it up if you want me to, but yeah, comment where's the worst place you have pooped, or what are some places that you would never want to have to poop. This is March Chadness, and we're going to the bracket portion of the show. Had to go hard there with the NBA talk and stuff like that. So, hey, I believe it's your buddy, Mr. Brian Frampton, saying Shaq could have literally ate Chet during a game.
Indeed.
You are correct, sir.
You are correct, sir, yes.
Yes, so love that. All right, we do have a bracket. We have 16 places because I think it was just going to be too much to do more than 16. So these are the worst places to poop. Now, before we bring the bracket up, Nate had a great place that I would have never – you could have given me 100 – I had to put 100 places down. I would have never thought of this. Nate came up with it. And I had a couple, but I ultimately kept them off, as great as they are, because we will never probably be in a position where we have to poop there. So the two I had Jurassic Park, because I thought about the lawyer in the porta potty, because that would be bad. And the other one I had was Johnny Depp's bed, just in case you go to court. But none of that's going to happen to us. So Nate, you had a great one.
The funny thing about when you said Johnny Depp's bed, which I would have never thought of, is just when you thought his kill scene in Nightmare on Elm Street, where he just gets swallowed in his bed and it's covered in his blood, would be the most disgusting Johnny Depp bed. You are mistaken. Because along came Amber Heard. And
you are sadly mistaken. Oh, yes. I forgot that he was in Nightmare on Elm Street. So, and then what was yours? So yours was
John Madden's bus.
And why would that be a bad place?
Because, all right, so for the younger group, John Madden did not fly, so he just took his bus everywhere. And he was a larger guy, and he loved to eat food. So you know that thing was just destroyed at all times.
Oh, yeah.
Like maybe if you got in there right after they cleaned it out and like, I got to get in there before John does. Yeah. But no, I guarantee that thing was probably just terrifying.
And I'm telling you, I think, Pat Summerall's not leaving some nice turds either on that bus.
Old guy poop smell.
Old guy poop. I did have another one, but this is a family show, and I didn't want to even mention it because I don't want kids viewing it. But if you know, you know. All right, let's bring the bracket up real quick. That's all I'm going to say about that. All right. Number 1 seed, your pants. I think most people would probably say that is a bad place to poop. 16 seed, fast food restaurant. You've got at a party in the doctor dentist office as the 8-9 seed. You've got a stall without a door as a number 4 seed, a camper or RV as a 13. Airplane's a 5 seed against just a porta-john. And then you've got a concert porta-john, which is a higher seed at 3 versus in a pool. And the round out the bracket is, where am I at? Oh, outside. And then you've got a girlfriend's house. You've got gas station, moving car. And then you've got the 2 versus 15, prison, work, or school. So that is the bracket. I know people would like to say you should leave the bracket up the whole time. It's like it doesn't look good on the YouTubes, and then it doesn't matter for the people listening on Spotify because they can't see it. So let's start this off. Anything that you was surprised is on here? Anything that should be on that we may have left off, Nate, that you can think of? I can't really think of anything. It was really hard. These last couple was like trying to get that in. And there wasn't like,
well, we almost left prison off. And then I thought of it. I was like, oh wait, prison's gotta be on.
We did. Well, we had talked about it and I told you, yes, prison. And you said, that's a good one. And then I did the list and I totally left it off. You're like, prison needs to be on the list. I'm like, oh yeah, prison. So we'll get to that. So, your pants, fast food restaurant. Now, fast food restaurants, they could be okay. They could be not. I've been into some bad ones. I've been into some that are fine. And fast food restaurants, usually you have like just the one person in it. So it's not usually bad. That's why it's a 16 seed. Your pants, always bad. Even
Always.
the only place I think that if you pooped your pants and you're okay with it is if you're at home by yourself and then you can clean it up. Like that's the only place.
Get rid of the evidence.
You can you'd be doing lawn. I mean, it was like that would be it. But it is still the worst. Like poop in your pants. It's just like that's bad. There's different places. You can have a whole bracket, I think, of worst places to poop your pants. Would be one.
And a fast food restaurant would be bad.
A fast food. I was always afraid, like if my stomach was queasy playing basketball and we had a home game because we had the white unis, if I went up for a rebound and trusted a fart and it wasn't, that would have ruined my high school career. So we're both going your pants, right?
Yes.
We're not going in your pants. We're going your pants as the winner. All right. 8-9 seed. You've got at a party, doctor dentist office, which is one I didn't think about. But like, yes, that would be bad. And I was talking to my wife about these and she enjoyed all of them. She said, depends what party it is. Like if it's a party at a friend's house that you're very comfortable familiar with, or family party, that's different. That might be, but most parties you don't want to go at a party because of there's not going to be too many restrooms at the party. And if you have a bad poop, and there's like a line waiting, especially if there's it can get bad at a party. Doctor's dentist office too, because the waiting room, depending where it's at, if it's like a 20-minute poop and they all know, that's the thing about pooping is if you have to go, hey, where's your restroom? You go to the restroom, something like a doctor's dentist office and you're getting ready to go and it's 25 minutes. They know what you're doing.
You're right.
And that's I think worse than because it may not even be a smelly poop. It could be a fine poop, one wipe, you're done. But they know you just pooped. And the worst is if it doesn't, it's just you keep wiping, and then you've got mud butt the rest of the day, and it could smell. Which
like a brown Sharpie, I just keep wiping and.
Great, Parks and Rec. Since we're talking about like mud butt and stuff. You did get the new dog. You also got a new member of the family too. You also got a bidet. So
yes.
What are your thoughts on bidet? Because we've had our bidet. We've had our bidet for about probably 5 years. It's only been installed 2 because it just sat in our upstairs bathroom for 3 because that's how I roll with a lot of things.
I've been living my life wrong for almost 49 years is what I discovered. It was $44 at Home Depot. Yeah. Go get one.
They're the ones you can attach it on the back of the tank. You screw it in, and then it just got another hose that puts in there. 2 settings.
5 minutes to hook up.
It doesn't take long at all. I cried when I first used it after I put it in. It's like I can't believe I did not put this in the 3 years prior. And I'm telling you right now, I don't want to get political on here. There's probably only about a handful of people that if their only platform was to do away with taxes and then to put bidets in every public restroom, I'm probably going to vote for almost everybody. That I don't care what else. That's it. Do away with my taxes because it's nothing worse than having the bidet at home and you go any of these other places to poop and you're like, especially like we'll get to work and school later on. So, is there one of these that you are leaning towards?
I would lean towards at a party because at the doctor or dentist office, it's generally people you don't know. But at a party, if you're at a big party and you just lay a big long stinker and you're holding up the line and it reeks, you've got to live with that with your buddies for eternity. So yes. I'm going at a party.
I agree because again, the doctor's dentist office, and I do have an example of this. I just remembered. So I do a fantasy football podcast with Jeff Thidoff. Check us out. We'll be starting back up here soon on fanstreamsports.com. Fantasy Football Island. We talk fantasy sports, and I try to drop as many 80s references in the show as I can.
Don't break your stride.
I don't break your stride. So I did not know Jeff before I was in this league. He had a league. It kind of dissolved. He brought it back. It's kind of a cool league. It's like a keeper league with rookie drafts. And the score, I love the scoring. It's categories, and you're still doing head-to-head. So he was on the radio here. He did a fantasy show. He did some other shows for the local radio station here. And he did a huge listeners fantasy league with like probably 10, 20 different leagues. And afterwards, I just sent him an email. Hey, this league was awesome. We should do like in-person draft somewhere next year if you do this. And then I get an email next year, like just out of the blue from him, like, hey, I'm doing a league. Are you interested? We need some other people. And I don't know how many people he sent it to. And I jumped on it big time. And then we've been friends ever since. But I say that to say, I don't know anybody else in this league. And I barely know Jeff at this point. I've known him so the second year in the league, I've known Jeff for 2 years. I've just met these other guys at the draft the year before, and then really have not had any interaction with them at all, except making trades. So we go to the one guy's house that's up in Northern Columbus. It's great. He's got this big old barn. He's got like a hot dog roller. He's got a giant cooler just of all the drinks you want. It's cool. He's got couches, a pool table, TVs everywhere. It's the best. He calls it the swamp. So we're there, and we're probably an hour into the draft. These drafts take like 4 hours. I have to poop, and I know it's going to be a bad one. Like it's going to be that poop where it's like, this is right before diarrhea, where it's just going to be, it's going to be bad. It's going to be like a 3 flush one. But like, dude, I'm like, what else am I going to do? I'm not going to poop in my pants. Poop in my pants is number 1. Poop at a party is number 8. So I go in there, and I'm in there. Like, we're all in this thing. It's just right there. And they're calling out to me, hey, you okay? I'm like, yeah, I'll be a minute. And I don't know these guys. And I come out, and it smells horrendous. It smells so bad. It gets brought up every year at some point during the season about me tearing up that bathroom. And I just had to do it. And that's just it. And like, it's one of those things where like it was embarrassing because like, but the good thing is it was just a bunch of dudes.
Right.
That like, dude, like you get your chops busted. It's kind of great. We just make fun of me, but yeah, that's it. Especially it's just a weird, again, because you're never going to live that down, even if you're not super embarrassed because of your friends. But if it's like,
you're just going to hear about it forever.
Exactly. So I agree. All right. You've got a stall without a door, camper, or an RV. Have you ever gone to a public restroom and had to use a stall without a door? Or would you? Or would you just go poop your pants?
Yeah, I would think about pooping my pants. If it's a one-man bathroom and you can lock it, yeah, then it's all systems go. But if it's just an open bathroom and anybody can come in,
yeah, like you're talking like a work, a Walmart, school. Because I remember when I was in elementary school, I went in the restroom, took a pee, washed my hands, and the sinks and stuff were like kind of across from where the stalls were. And one of the real tall, lanky kid from the special ed class, I was in elementary school, was sitting in the stall. And I don't know if he just didn't shut it or it just didn't lock. And he's just staring at me, washing his hands while he's dropping a deuce. And that has stuck in my brain since like 4th grade. I'm like,
you were looking into the windows of his soul.
He was just staring like, I'm just like, I got to get out of here quick. So yeah, because most places have a stall door, like are public places. So you just be like dumping in a Walmart where anybody could come in. Like
that's got to be the worst. But when you got to go, you're going to have to do it. So
you do have to do it like with no door. I don't know what else you do, but I think that's worse than because a camper RV just is bad because it smells. It can stay in there. Because if you're on a camper RV, it's mostly probably your family or it's your camper. And so it just sucks.
As long as it's not John Madden's.
As long as it's John Madden's. So are you going stall without the door?
Yes.
Okay. Airplane porta-john. This is just a normal porta-john, any porta-john like you would go to your kids' soccer games, flag football games, just a porta-john that's out wherever it is, or just wherever you're going, just a normal porta-john airplane. I've only flown a few times, so but I have never, I try. I'm like, I am not going, I don't know if I had to, I would, but I do not want to do that.
No, first of all, there's always usually a line of people waiting to go, even if they're just sitting in their seats. People are waiting to see if when you come out.
Right.
But there's whether it's in the front bathroom or the back, there's flight attendants that their seats are right next to it. So you're just like, oh, I don't want to do that to them. Porta potties, even if they're bad, you can still do the hover, and it is what it is. The airplane is just no. One, there's not enough room, and two, you're putting this poor flight attendant out. When they're going to come serve you drinks, like here's crap.
It's that guy. Exactly. Even if it doesn't stink, like just the fact, like if you are just ripping farts that are just so loud, because that's just almost as bad because if everyone can hear it and that kind of thing. So no, I'm with you with the airplane because I have pooped in plenty of porta johns. Like I said, I don't fly often, but I would try to hold it as long as I could on an airplane. All right. Now we have a concert porta john, which is funny because you brought that up, and when I sent it to my buddy Dave, because my buddy Dave and I always thought, like, we've done this for years, and we will have random text. If you probably took all our texts from when we came up with the idea of maybe having instead of a podcast, have a poop cast. We just talked about poop stuff. Like since we did that first conversation,
there's a high demand for that.
I'm sure there is. That's why we're having this. But I'm saying, like, I think since we had that first conversation, this is probably 8-10 years ago. Probably a tenth of our text all is probably just poopcast stuff. So, but he brought up concert porta john, and you've said too because of it. I'll let you talk about that because you go to more concerts than me, and it's going up against in a pool. So, what makes the concert porta john worse than just a normal porta john?
Because everybody there is drinking, everybody there is eating bad food, and the concert porta john in and of itself is a different monster. The festival concert porta john, like Rock on the Range for 3 days, it is.
Yeah.
It a lot of times they don't get clean for 3 days, and it is bad. And Brian Frampton, I don't know if you're still listening, he was telling me a story at one of the festivals he was at that by it wasn't totally set on level ground. So by day 3, it kind of had just been leaking into one of the corners. So he's like, guys were just opening the door and just peeing from outside into it. Yeah, the concert porta johns, it's a mess. It's a lot of beer poops. It's a lot of and they don't get cleaned in a timely manner. And if anybody's tailgating beforehand or whatever it is, the concert porta johns are terrifying.
Exactly. And speaking of concert, your buddy Frampton's on there
when
too.
It's piling over the top of the lid. Like, what do you do? I have seen that with my own eyes. Like it's above the bowl. Like and
this is gonna be a reference of just Cincinnati people who've been to concert on there. Frampton said Bogarts before they renovated, which I remember. I think I went to Bogarts. I don't know it well enough, but that's gonna be a reference for the Natty people that went to Bogarts a while ago and then back. Yeah. So because then the heat, like if it's in the summer, you got like 90 degrees. It's so
smell
bad.
It from a mile away.
Yeah. Now in a pool is bad because it's not just like, oh, it's there. Like, dude, they got to shut it down. Everybody, like you ruin a lot of people's day if it's like a public pool or even if it's a friend's pool. Like you're gonna have to probably pay for them to put new water in and stuff. And then then you just have the never living that down of hey, ain't that the guy that pooped in the Johnson's pool? Yeah, that's him.
It happens a lot on Caddy Day at some public pools.
Exactly. Duty. Here's the thing. I think concert porta john is gonna have to win because I think only kids dude. If you can't not get out of a pool to at least get to the restroom, like what are you doing? Like you can get out of a pool more often than not as an adult or a young adult. That is not going to be a big deal. You're pooping in the pool unless you're just like super drunk or something you did not know, or on Shoresy.
Yeah.
What was that? I can't remember what he called it. I just started watching Shoresy. Nate's watched it. The show is phenomenal, and I can't remember what he called it.
I can't either. It's
pooping in the lake. I can't remember, but it's great. But yeah, you can get out. So concert porta john wins outside against a girlfriend. So it's just outside. Like you don't have to dig a hole, but this is like if you're in the woods camping, you go out there or just you're outside. You have to go just pooping somewhere. I've peed outside many times. As a guy, that's one of the perks and joys, I would say. There's nothing more like feeling like you are a man, one with nature, than just taking a piss out in the woods.
The world is our urinal.
The world is our urinal. But I've never pooped outside. And then a girlfriend's house.
Either, but I have friends that would go to deer camp, and you would have to dig the hole and do the whole
bury
thing.
It and just carry. Right. I think it's one thing if you knew it and then you had toilet paper. I don't think it's that bad. I think it's that outside is really number one. If it's like the wilderness and you don't know what other animals are going to be out there, and two, if you don't have like proper wiping tools, like if you have to try to find I'm pulling up. I'm not even wiping. I'm like, I will deal with this
because
later.
Shout out to my buddy Crummy. One time did that and thought it was leaves and it was poison ivy. And you know how the rest of the story goes.
That would have to be some excruciating pain, because if it gets up in like the bunghole area, oh man, that's rough. And then a girlfriend's house, like I would say this means like early in the relationship, girlfriend's house. Because like, dude, that could be a deal. Like, dude, you got to drop a deuce, and this is like your second date, third date. Like, that's like
I might almost rather have poison ivy in my bunghole than because that might be the deal breaker. It could be the girl of your dreams.
That could be the deal breaker. You just think of
like Dumb and Dumber.
Dumb and Dumber, yeah.
Broken.
Yeah. Or even if it's not, like, because then the other thing is like, if you know, like, because I always tell my kids, my boys, like, dude, like you can flush like multiple times if you know, number one, it's a giant turd thing, or if you're using more than like two things of toilet, like you can flush, because that's the other thing. If you do it at your girlfriend's house and then it clogs and maybe the plunger's not in there, like that, like, dude, that's a whole. Now, if you do that and she stays with you, then she's a keeper.
For sure.
I think I would take my chances outside than the girlfriends or boyfriends if you're a girl watching this.
Yes.
Yeah, outside's not bad. It's just you got to be smart when you're outside, because I don't need like a snake or like a squirrel coming up. So, all right, girlfriend's house wins the first upset. All right, gas station, which is what your son Aidstergs said, gas station. So he may have seen the list ahead of time.
I may have given him a sneak peek.
That's right. And I put in moving car just because I thought, I've always had I always thought like there were times that I was close to having to pee in like the coffee cup or the water bottle in traffic. And that's not a big deal. Like
it's hard to do when you're sitting down though, because it doesn't feel right. But yeah,
it is, and especially if you're driving. If you're driving, yeah. But like if you had to poop in a bucket or bag, as your buddy Frampton, I'll pull that up too. In a rain bag in the back of a package car.
Yes, this is a problem at UPS from time to time. You get on these country routes and you're miles away from even a gas station bathroom, which is awful. But rain bag in the back, and our friend Jamie was over here, and one time she couldn't make it to the UDF on her way to work and pulled over and got a Kroger bag and tried to poop in the Kroger bag. By the way, didn't get it all in there, and then had to stop at her sister's house and shower before work. So
shout out to Jamie if you're listening. Sorry that
I told her we were going to tell this story. She was over earlier today.
All right, there you go.
She's aware.
Yeah. It really is really not Jamie. That was just the show name. So moving car, like, because my thing with the moving car is, number one, you can't, if you're driving, there's no way you're pooping. So someone else is in the car while you're pooping. And even if it's my wife of almost 30 years, like she's going to pull over, first of all, like, unless we like, so it's really weird. Like, I don't know why, unless it was like in traffic or you're trying to make good time or whatever, like an emergency, like maybe you're driving another friend to the hospital, or someone's driving your wife and you to the hospital when she's having a baby and we can't stop. So then you have to poop. Like you'd have to do the bucket and stuff. Like, what if you get in a wreck, it flips over? There's a lot of things on that. However,
more thought into it than I am.
I did. However, It's gas station because I think you can. Like there was a time I was coming back from dropping Liam off at school one morning, and I knew going down and like, this could get bad on the way down, and it's like a 30-minute drive both ways. Like this could be bad getting down and like stopping because I don't want I don't want him being late, and I've got another kid that we take down with, and I said I think I can make it down. And then coming back, I knew I'm not going to make it, and I was like, luckily, shout out to the Sheets on 23 in Shadeville. And those Sheets bathrooms are the best because their doors go almost all the way down to the floor, and there's probably 8 to 10 stalls. It's the best. Sheets, shout out to Sheets. So that's the only gas station. I think gas station is worse because we're talking like not Sheets gas station. We're talking like side of the road, like middle of the night. You're getting like it's like a normal
road trip.
Like a Shell where you're like, I hope they have a bathroom because I have to go. But most of those are bad, or even like the gas station, like the bathroom from Saw or something. I think
there's a lot of gas station bathrooms I don't really want to pee in. You're like, oh my God.
No, they're like, it's like, oh my gosh, I can't. There's no, especially the kind that you always know you're in trouble if you have to get a key that's chained to a giant block of wood. Then you don't know what you're getting. Dude, you could get murdered in that bathroom because someone.
Yeah. It's around back where there's no lighting, by the way.
Right. Exactly. So I think gas station is worse than moving car because I think you can avoid the moving car.
What if you pick the stall that Seabass from Dumb and Dumber is picked? Then not only are you pooping in a nasty gas station, but your day gets significantly worse.
It's significantly worse. That's just crazy. We made 2 Dumb and Dumber references on this show. That's amazing. All right, last one. Work, school as a 15 seed versus prison. Listen, work. If you have to poop at work and school, it sucks. But normally there's nothing real. It's just like whatever. Maybe a colleague will see my shoes in the stall and know I pooped earlier. It's so weird. Sometimes at work, if I'm in the stall and someone comes in and use the urinal, I will like try to hold everything in because I don't want this to be ripping farts. And someone seeing my shoes and knowing it was me, or my boss knowing it was me. Because sometimes I'll do that. Like there's a guy that I'm 55, so I pee all the time. It was like a 2-week stretch that it seemed like every time I was peeing at work, the same guy was in there because I see his shoes. I'm like, what is this guy doing? Is this guy like? And he was always in before me. I mean, he's like, I always be like, dude, like I always see in here. Did you get that checked out? What's going on? So and school is the same way. Like, but normally school, if you like, that's another one too. Where if you get, hey, can I go to the bathroom? If you do it during class, if you're gone too long, like the class knows. Right. So I think it's just more. It kind of more sucks. Prison, there's so many things about prison, like pooping in prison, that would be bad. And my wife said, she goes, you're talking like prison, like you're in your cell, or is like the holding area? Because that is bad too, because there's all these people and there's one time I didn't even think about the holding center. That could be worse than just your prison.
Oh, that's definitely got to be worse because you're surrounded by guys. From what I understand, it's just there in the middle. It's
just a metal toilet. Yeah. And if there's like 13 people all in there, like I think any version of lockup is bad. because normally, like a lot of times when I go poop, like it's a way to just be away. You're like, okay. And back in the day before phones, have you tried to poop now without your phone? You forget your phone. It's like old school, and you kind of freak out at first.
What am I supposed to do?
What am I doing? I don't even have like the old newspapers and books you used to keep and stuff. It's so weird. It's like you're just like with your thoughts. So
I'll just stare at the wall.
Yeah, but it's kind of nice to get away and just like it's kind of repeat like, okay, peace. At prison, no, it's not. Like you're there and then you're done. You're still in prison.
Right.
So prison.
Yeah, it is prison. It is funny that you say though, like when you at work or at school, it's funny how we as humans, all of us poop, but as soon as somebody else comes in, you stop doing it because you don't want to hear anyone else to hear you fart. And it's like everybody else does this, but why do we feel so embarrassed?
I don't know, because like it's just such a weird thing because like if it's a I don't know, because I've heard people do it. Some people just don't care. And sometimes it's like I don't want to start laughing if it's a amazing sounding fart.
If somebody does it, you got to compliment them. Be like,
that's what I think I would like someone to say something, and I'd be like, because it's a guy thing, it would not be a big deal.
I remember Dad telling me a story one time.
I think we were going to tell the exact same story.
Shout out to Dad. It was his birthday the other day.
He would have been, I think it would have been 79 on the 6th.
Yeah.
I think it was 79 or 80.
He was just standing at the urinal in the bathroom, and a guy came up, and Dad just let a fart, and the guy got super red with him. He's like, "You could have waited." He's like, "I'm in the bathroom. I did wait." I don't know why you're so mad.
I know. I was just gonna tell a story because I remember telling that. That's like, dude, I would never get mad. Someone's farting in a urinal next to me in the bathroom. Like I did. Like you could have waited. Like I did wait. That's why I'm here.
Why I'm in here, moron.
People are the worst. All right, second round. We've got Your Pants and At a Party. I think Your Pants still goes on.
Yeah, but Your Pants at a Party is by far the worst.
Your Pants.
You combine the two, and then you're that guy forever. You got to move. You got to move. Go to a different school.
Yeah, because I go back to my fantasy draft one. If I thought like I can hold this the whole time and I couldn't,
yeah.
I don't know if I could go back to that fantasy league.
No.
I mean, it's just like
you'd have to go in witness protection. It'd be awful.
It would be. Although I would just embrace the whole thing and just be like, coming in with like bringing my own toilet in or something. I don't know.
Box of Depends.
I've got just a thing of Imodium sitting with me.
Some bro wipes.
All right. So this is gonna be a good one. It's a 4-5 matchup. Stall Without a Door and an Airplane. I think I'm leaning Airplane still.
I agree.
Because
we fly at least once a year, and I have never gone on an airplane. You hold it like it's just I don't want to be that guy. So I would say Airplane.
Yeah, because I think you can avoid the stall without a door a lot. Like I rarely run into this, and I think
they don't really exist much anymore.
No, and the only place it'd be would be like if they only had like two or like the one at the school that the kids go to and they play basketball. They only have 2 stalls in one restroom, and the one was broken. Like they just said, hey, because the kids, middle school kids. And so usually you can avoid that because there's not going to be something where it's going to just not be there. And they would probably just rope it off like you couldn't even use it. So yeah, Airplane, just so many things about that. Especially there's just so much. Like it's especially if you clogged it and you couldn't unclog it, and then like you got to go out and there's a line of people, and then you're the guy for the remaining hour and a half flight where they can't pee.
And then everybody just has to smell it and nobody can use it. It's just a disaster.
And then you got to pee out the window, and then that causes issues.
Yeah.
All right. Concert, Porta-John, girlfriend's house.
Girlfriend's house is bad, but the concert Porta-Johns are like, I've seen somewhere it's like, I'm going to choose pooping outside right by the Porta-John than going in this thing because it's everybody else's. It's just
right.
That's where I'm leaning. The girlfriend's house would suck, but you know what? There's other fish to see.
It would, like I said, it would suck. But if you get through that with her, then like
she's the one.
She is the one. Also, like, dude, like I hate Porta. I would not want to poop in a Porta-John if I saw them put a brand new fresh one that had never been, like, it could be the first one off the line that had never been used. I'm like, because my big fear is, and I know it's irrational, like, what if somebody tips it over on the door side with a full, like, that's just like, again, not going to happen, but it's not.
If you're in the movie Jackass, if you're friends with those guys,
well, yeah, there's still a slight chance. Like, so you're saying there's a possibility. Yeah, like, again, the thing with the concert Porta-John, especially in the summer, because usually when outdoor concerts happen, the heat, the smell and the heat, that's the biggest thing because.
And there's flies.
It's so bad. It's not if they don't have toilet, but that's the thing is like, dude, if I got to poop for 15 minutes, I got to be sitting there trying to hold my breath. And then it's the worst because then you're trying to get it out.
And then you're doing the hover, your hamstrings start going out.
Yep. And if you're trying to get out quick and then your sphincter's not, like, sometimes I get mad at my sphincter. I'm like, dude, this is your one job. Get the rest of this poop out. That's another great thing about the bidet. Like, if your sphincter's like, I'm done for the day. And then it's like, I can't push it out. Like, I'm going to blast it.
Yeah, I got you, buddy.
I got you. Thanks, bidet. I tell you what, man, since the bidet, like my bunghole has not felt as clean, and I feel healthier. It's the greatest. Please, if you like, listen, Ego, you're done. Bidet,
We've tried.
sometime with bidets, listen to me. If you are in charge of public toilets, let's go. That's where I want my tax dollars to go. Go to that. Bidets in all public restrooms, like McDonald's. Could you imagine if you owned a business like McDonald's and you were the only McDonald's that had bidets? More people would go to your McDonald's.
Yeah,
I'm telling you right now.
Slogan: come to McDonald's, where the bidet is your bidet. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Have it your bidet.
Yeah, there you go.
So
that's Burger King. That's Burger King.
Exactly. So it's any of them. Just I'm telling you, if I knew there were bidets in certain restaurants, I would frequent that restaurant more often. Like I hardly ever poop in the downstairs bathroom, even if it's more convenient. I go upstairs because that's where the bidet is. So, yeah. So are we with the concert porta john, correct? Just because the environment around it. Because if it's your girlfriend, especially a new girlfriend, that bathroom is probably going to be immaculate. And it's going to smell.
It'll be a clean bathroom. It's just more embarrassing. It's not.
It is.
Horrifyingly.
It's the candle. Yeah, but here's the thing. Then you want if everything else is equal, let's just say it's a normal regular poop and there's no problem. It's like a quick one. You're done, and she couldn't really tell if it was a poop or a pee. The girlfriend's house is not bad at all because she probably has like a vanilla candle burning. The concert porta john, even if it's one poop plop done, no wipe, you're gonna have to the whole rest of the evening you're gonna wish you could take a shower, but no, you can't because now you got to wait for corn to come on. And
then what if your shorts or your pants touch the bottom of the porta potty? It's like, well, now I got to just burn these clothes.
Exactly. It's like the Seinfeld episode when it throws his belt away. What are you doing? Oh, I unbuckled wildly and it hit the urinal, so this is done.
Exactly.
Yeah. All right, rounding out second round, the Elite Eight, gas station, prison. Like at some point, I don't know if prison loses because you can pretty much for the most part avoid prison, but you can also avoid gas stations. So I think prison is still worse than a gas station.
Correct.
Yeah. All righty. Final four. Concert porta john, prison. Your pants, airplane. That's kind of what I thought it would probably be. I wasn't sure if airplane make it through, but I kind of thought because people fly all the time. They fly all the time, except they can't fly Spirit anymore. Or maybe they can because they got bought out, but that's the whole thing. So that would have been weird if Spirit Airline would have folded. Would they have just had to just put the Halloween over airplane?
Right, as usually the
Spirit on it.
Over this side of it, they just have landed planes that they're selling Halloween costumes out of.
Dude, that would be a cool, that would be sweet if you could buy you could get a cheap Spirit Airline jet, put Halloween on it, open it up, and then you just you gut it and have a couple and just have Halloween stuff in it. It'd be kind of cool. You could fly to different locations. Look at that.
I'm checking out eBay as soon as we get off here.
Exactly. And I'm telling you, hey, if you do this idea, make sure there's a bidet in the toilet. Okay. Your pants, airplane. I still think it's your pants.
It's your pants. There's no worse feeling.
No, because
even if you get a little short, but if you're just a full load, there's just no coming back.
Or diarrhea would be because it's just down your it's because again, if you poop your pants, there's times I have a poop and it just doesn't wipe well, and I'm glad I'm at home because it's you've had those poops where it's okay, this is it, on it when you're wiping, I am in the shower immediately after this because I cannot go the rest of my day with my butt crack feeling this way. And again, that's the same with your pants. If it's at home, that's the only way. And it's still bad. It is still bad at your house. An airplane is fine. Again, you're not going to mostly see most of these people ever again anyways on an airplane. And you gave them a great story about some dude that stunk up the entire airplane. So your pants, Concert Porta-John, Prison. I think this is the end of the line for Prison because, again, we were going to, like, you can avoid Prison, hopefully. I mean, you can't. Like, honestly, you can. Like, it's not like someone just, I mean, unless the only time is if you get, like, framed or something. But for the most part, no one just got accidentally, like, I just accidentally got here. Sorry. It's like,
I thought it was a Buc-ee's. I don't know what was going on.
I think there's already Buc-ee's down in Cincy. I don't know if Ohio has them yet.
I think they put one over by close to Dayton. So
okay,
yeah.
Have you ever been to a Buc-ee's?
North Carolina? Yeah, I've been to one. Yeah.
Is it all that?
Like the way back from North Carolina.
Is it all that? Is it all the rage? Is it like they say?
It's sheer madness. We didn't stop to get gas because even though there was 1,000 gas pumps, it was still like, I'm not dealing with that. But the door we walked in, the line to check out, I was like, oh, this is gonna suck. But then there was like a whole nother side of it where there was like 10 checkout lines and nobody was in them. But yeah, we got some food, we got some beef jerky, everything's reasonably priced. Grayson got a hoodie for like $15. I got a light up beer koozie for like $7. The food was good. It's fine. I wouldn't go out of my way to just be like, oh, we're driving 2 hours to go to a Buc-ee's and then coming back home. But if you're on a road trip and you can stop in one, yeah, check it out. It's fine.
I got you.
They do have good food in there. And there's like a wall of beef jerky of a million different flavors. It's like, I don't know how to choose. I'm going to pick wrong.
Exactly. All right. Finals matchup. Your Pants, the number 1 seed. Concert Porta-John, number 3 seed. Where are you going? This could be the second bracket in a row that we have not disagreed. Do we want to disagree and have the champion try to go to the chat with which looks like
because both of these are equally bad. So I'll take either one. I do want to say about Prison though, if you are in the holding cell for like the weekend, like that's got to be the worst. I believe it was in the movie Menace to Society. He comes back from and he's just throwing up because he just held his poop in all weekend because. There's dudes in there like if you even poop, you're buddy.
Yeah. Exactly.
So yeah, but yeah, I think I'm gonna. God, your pants is so bad, but then you got to sit in it. I guess a Concert Porta-John, they usually have multiple, so you could find your way to the least bad one and do the hover. If you're in your pants, unless you're in your house, that's a really bad situation. Yeah. So I think I'm gonna go pants.
Okay. Speaking of holding your poop, I'm glad you mentioned that because I had thought about it during the week. When it was the
basketball camp.
Yes, it was a summer. It's a classic rink story. So it was the summer before my senior year. I went to basketball camp at UC and I went to Xavier. Now, to preface this, prior to I did not like going to number 2 in a public setting. I avoided it as much as possible growing up, and probably not until like I was in college that I was like finally like you gotta poop in public. I would just avoid it. Like I would never go poop at school. I just never did. Like if it was somebody else's house, fine. I just did not go like restaurants, anything until I was in college, and then. Because then you're at college all day, like I worked on the campus, so like you eventually like, okay, I gotta do this. But before that summer before my senior year, I believe it was the Xavier camp. It was like a 5-day 4-night thing, so it was like a week-long camp. I did not poop the entire time I was there. Luckily, like you're only eating a little bit here and there. You're just sweating everything out, so it wasn't really a big. There was just a couple of times I'd hold it, but it wasn't like. The whole time. When I got home, I just dropped my bags down. Mom's like, how was it? I got to poop. And I went running upstairs. So I think I could, I don't know if I could do that now. Like now at 55, like I would probably be like, whatever, I'm pooping. I'm 55. If you shiv me, fine. I'm in prison. I'd rather be dead. I think as much as I'd be great to disagree, I think it's got two reasons for your pants. I think it is worse. And 2, it'll be so fun to be able to have your pants in the champions bracket to just say, all right, just Gonna be all right.
Chuck Norris lost his virginity before his dad against your pants.
It's gonna be all right. Your pants against oatmeal cream pie. No, shout out. We always go to UDF before we come here, Emily and I. And shout out to Emily. How ironic is it that the episode that we are talking about, Worst Places to Poop, is the only episode she's been here that she has not had to go to the bathroom while we were on air.
You can't make these things up.
Can't make this up, because normally she should be in bed by now. That's probably why her body's like, oh, this is bed, because we're usually doing it on a Sunday afternoon. Exactly. So we got the chocolate chip double-decker oatmeal cream pie at UDF. Is good. It is good. So, all right. Your Pants is the winner of the Worst Places to Poop. Again, if you are new to the show, welcome. Second, we decided every 16 episodes and the 17, we would do a champions bracket. So the previous 16 winners will go into a bracket. We just randomly seed them. Like the last one we saw, like it was Tom Brady, Will Ferrell. It was
Shockmaster.
Shockmaster.
Fruity Pebbles.
Fruity Pebbles was on it. Field of
Dreams.
DuckTales theme song. So it's just a random thing. That one is more movie like song based. This one's going to be nuts, because if you look at so far we have Your Pants. You've got Darth Vader.
Peyton Manning.
You've got Peyton Manning, oatmeal cream pie. Downstairs, 21 Pilots downstairs. You've got Chuck Norris lost his virginity before his dad, and you've got White and Nerdy. Those are the ones that are in for which we are calling Champions Bracket 2 Electric Boogaloo as well. So fun episode.
Can I do a Hey Arnold?
Oh, yes. Yeah. So that was the other thing, too, we decided last week, because the Arnold Schwarzenegger quotes, the best Arnold Schwarzenegger quotes, was the second episode. Go back and watch that one. Nate had the great idea of, like, can we see what would be the best or worst or whatever, putting Arnold doing something. So we do, if you're doing a movie, what line in a movie that we're talking about would he be the best at? We started it last week with Star Wars characters. Which Star Wars character would be best voiced by Arnold? And we had some great conversations. We're not going to talk about it. If you want to see what we talked about, go back and watch the last episode.
I did actually sneak it into we snuck it into the baseball one as well, as if you remember talking about that. We did sneak a Arnold Schwarzenegger corner there. That was where the thought came from.
Okay.
And so yes, we are making it official as of last week.
Okay. So what's your thought? So we don't have the drop here yet, because I don't know if it's going to be it. So you can do the drop for this new segment called what we're calling Hey Arnold.
Hey Arnold.
Excellent. All right. So you're going to talk about which is the best place that that you could, like, if you saw Arnold pooping.
Obvious what his favorite place would be, and it would be at a party. He would not even be ashamed. He wouldn't even flush. He'd kick the door down and he'd go, "I'm the potty pooper."
I'm the potty pooper. See, that's why he's set that up so well. That would be.
I thought it was just going to be that, but then I was like, well, where would the worst place for him to be? I think for Arnold, it would probably be an airplane or a bus, because just sheer size, he can't fit in there. So the door's going to have to be open. You're going to have to hear him pushing it out. Yeah. But then I bet you right before he flushes, he gives a cool one-liner like, "Duty calls." "If it's brown, flush it down." And then I was thinking, all right, what if
get the crap out of here?
Get the crap out of here. And then
I tell you what, I think if I witnessed Arnold in one of these things, like if I'm in a fast food restaurant and I see Arnold coming out of the stall, I think the best one that I would not mind if this happened, and it happened to me with the tall special ed kid. If I was going to wash my hands, I see Arnold Schwarzenegger taking a massive dump in a stall without a door, it would be kind of cool.
He looked right at you and be like, It's toilet time.
His toilet. Exactly.
I'm letting off some steam, Bennett.
Because again, I don't tell that story of seeing that kid in the stall all the time because like I kind of forget it happened unless it comes up. I would be telling that I saw Arnold Schwarzenegger pooping in a stall without a door to everyone I met. Like everyone.
Absolutely.
You just would. That would be in my bio and stuff. Once saw Arnold Schwarzenegger pooping in a stall without a door. So
And then I figured, here's my impression of Arnold as every woman when they go into the bathroom. Put the toilet seat down.
we could have a whole episode just doing that.
I just do want to do one PSA from Arnold Schwarzenegger. If it bleeds, it is a tumor. If you're over the age of 45, get a colonoscopy and do it now. All right, that's it. That's my hey Arnold.
Hey. So with colonoscopies, like this whole like pooping in a box and mailing it, that's like weird, right?
Yeah, because UPS has that, and I don't like.
Do you guys have
any?
Have you
Yeah,
guys,
I gotta pick them up. I put them in a rain
really?
bag. I put them in the very back of my truck. Like it's awful. And I'm like, how is this not considered a biohazard? And they're like, only if there's blood in it. It's like, well, how would I know if there's blood in it? It's in a box.
It's in a box. I'm not checking. You don't pay me enough. Plus, it'd be weird if you'd pick that up on a route that you usually do. Like, then you know.
Anytime I deliver one, I mentally lock it in my brain. So if I get an on-call pickup for that address, I'm like, it's gonna be a poop box.
It's a poop box.
Although when I did it, I know the code to get into those drop boxes, and the one guy, Jake, Philippers Anderson Town Center, I just put mine in one of his drop boxes. So.
Nice. Yeah, I don't, like again, like the whole colonoscopy thing. Obviously, you should go get it. Cubby's up 1-0.
Outstanding.
Yeah. But I'm afraid, like, dude, like, I've heard stories like I know it doesn't happen a lot, but the fact that it could happen. Like the camera nicks like your intestines, and then you have all these other issues that you kind of come back for if they do the colonoscopy. I don't know if I want to poop in a box. Like
it's awkward. It's an awkward process.
Yeah, like I'm saying, like in the technology we have, there's nothing better than like I'm gonna run like a plumber snake up your rear end with a camera on it, or here's a cardboard box with a bag. You got to poop in it and mail it. Because that's the other thing is like, how are you not going to get like you mess up my mail? I get Garrett's mail all the time next door. Like you telling me that
I got Garrett's poop. This is nonsense.
How would I know like my poop's not going where it needs to go and you don't get it mixed up with someone else's poop? I don't know.
Yeah, there's got to be a better system.
There's got to be a better system, and you got to do it because like you don't want to die from colon cancer because you don't want to poop in a box or something. So I don't know.
Speaking of death, R.I.P. Ted Turner.
Yeah, R.I.P. Ted Turner. He's been like I've known about Ted Turner forever because he started the Turner Broadcast Station, which the Braves games are on all the time.
Ohio.
Was he really?
Yes.
I did not know that.
Moved to Atlanta when he was 9. Okay.
And he bagged Jane Fonda.
Yeah, he was working her 9 to 5, buddy.
Outstanding. Hey, speaking of 9 to 5, that song's underrated. That's a great song, man. That comes really up on the 80s. Song. It really is. And it's got just for the line, like to pour myself a cup of ambition is a great line. But no, it was one of the songs I just never like enjoyed like growing up. Like the movie was fine, Dabney Coleman and that kind of stuff. But like it was funny. I remember it being somewhat funny, but the song was just nah. And I think
he's not trying to kill their boss or something.
It is
horrible bosses before horrible bosses.
Exactly, so. And it's a comedy. And Dabney Coleman's always
Dolly
great.
Parton and Lily Tomlin, they're great.
Yep, and Jane Fonda, it's great. But no, that song I think once you start working is great. But it's a good tune, man. Like Dolly had some good tunes. So, all right, that's the show for this evening. Thanks for watching. I know we only had 5 views. So I don't know. I think people probably
Friday night might not be the way to go.
Probably have better things to do on a Friday night, but we could not do it tomorrow. And then Sunday's Mother's Day, and we're not going to do a podcast for an hour and a half for that. So happy Mother's Day to all the moms out there. Appreciate what you do for your families and dealing with stupid husbands. And that kind of thing. So we don't know that we don't have the bracket next time. We'll be back on Sunday. Do appreciate everybody again commenting that did. Make sure you like the video, subscribe.
Shout out Frampton.
Shout out to Frampton. Yes. Love it. Nate, have a great weekend.
You as well,
and
sir.
I will do that. We're doing some, like, usually I come down to Cincinnati on Mother's Day, but with Doug having the surgery, talked to Mom. I was like, yeah, it's probably not great to have the four of us coming down and like descending. Cause usually it's yeah. And I don't want Mom getting worked up and like, I don't want to bother Doug while I was recovering and that kind of thing. So it's usually a win-win. I get to go spend time with my mom, and then Sarah has the entire house to herself, which is her Mother's Day gift. So we're having people over because her mom is staying with us, living with us and stuff. So just have a little shindig for a little bit. And then when everybody leaves, Sarah's just going to go upstairs and watch like movies and do stuff. So again, thanks for watching, listening to March Chadness. We are here every week. Check us out at fanstreamsports.com. We will be back next week at our regular scheduled time, Sunday afternoon, with another meaningless bracket that nobody asked for. Nate, we'll see you. Happy Mother's Day, everybody.
Happy Mother's Day, Kelly. Happy Mother's Day, Mom. Love you, Chad. Love you guys.
Love you guys. We will see you next time.